what is the proper order to learn French? What is the proper progression of subjects? So I tell you mine that has come with experience teaching to expats from all over the world. So I'll give you my progression, but before that, I'd like to explain how learning a language works really, because we all have heard like a concept or a myth about it, which is wrong. My name is Sebastian, I'm French teacher, and I like sometimes to deconstruct things in order to rebuild them. You've probably heard that learning a language is like building a house. All topics is like a brick, and you need strong foundation. Right, huh? Well, no. Is not right, it's wrong, because that might be right for technical disciplines. For instance, physics. Of course, you want to learn physics, you need to start with math. So you need to know how to count and calculate, and then you can build knowledges. The thing is, with technical discipline, well, there is only one right answer. Everything else is wrong. But not with languages. Learning a language is like an art. So I'd rather compare learning a language to learning how to paint or to draw. So the goal here is not to to paint Mona Lisa. You don't need to get to that point to be able to speak. For instance, if I just draw a circle, 2 dots, and a half circle, you understand what I mean, what I express. So, you see, for instance, many students, at first, they think that ça va means, are you okay? I'm fine. That's the idea, yes, but the words, they don't mean that, literally. But you get the idea. So, from here, it is really to improve the drawing. Maybe the smile becomes a face, then you add a body and a landscape, a background with houses, mountains, a lake. So you express different things that improves, but you don't need to wait to be able to draw Mona Lisa. So you can really start from the beginning. That means that really the order, the progression is not really important, because it really depends what you want to learn or what you want to improve. Let's say that with time, your drawing, the line, the styles get better. You put colors. So this is like learning different tenses: present, future tense, past tense. And then you make maybe short or longer sentences. Even an accent. Even talking with an accent is like a color. The idea is really to be able to express something. Really, a smiley expresses something. Mona Lisa, we are not even sure what feeling she has. Is she happy, angry, or what? For instance, I'm still learning German. Well, I have learned quite good all tenses: present, past, future, and also the structure. So you see that the verbs, they move depending on the tense or the adverb that we use. And I'm quite confident with it. But I know that I still make many mistakes with basic things, like accusative, dative. That's the way you accord a noun or articles. Even prepositions. Going to. I'm never really sure. Is it Ich gehe in, ich gehe nach, ich gehe zu. There are different prepositions and I'm not really completely sure. And I still make mistakes, but that's fine. I can speak anyway. So, maybe my style of drawing is not exactly like Leonardo da Vinci. Maybe it's more like Picasso, abstract, because there would be the equivalent of drawing a house and I put a window instead of the door. Okay, but you get the idea. It's fine. It's not like building a house when something is wrong, then the house collapses. Because what I don't like also with that concept or myth, it gives the impression that you can live in the house only when it's done, when it's finished. And again, drawing is not like that. So speaking is not like that. When you can already say something, you express an idea. And then it's really up to you, exactly what you want to learn. What is really important for you? Is it future tense, past tense, or maybe it is technical vocabulary for your work, even if you only know present tense? Why not? Everything works. That would be like drawing for me, like figures are more important than the background, but maybe for the people, background is more important. Anyway, there is a progression that I use and I'd like to share with you. What I do is I want the student to be able, really as fast as possible, to make sentences. Because I don't really like studying specific topics, like how to order in a restaurant, how to make an appointment with the doctor, how to ask for direction. Sure, you can do that, but usually it is only learning sentences in order to repeat them in certain situations. I'd rather study the structure, element by element, so then you can build sentences anywhere with anybody you want. So what I do is that, okay, I start with personal pronoun, obviously, and with some very important verbs like to be, to have, to go. Then I see negative sentences. In French, ne pas, ne plus, ne rien, ne jamais, ne personne. So we see all that. We see then masculine and feminine to recognize the genders for noun and how to accord the adjective and also to use the articles. So defined, undefined articles and possessive adjective. After that, present tense, how to conjugate any verb, especially to be able to recognize them. And here I usually add some really important verbs as well, like to see, to like, to work, to take, to put. And then prepositions. There are many. Usually they are easy to use. Chez, pour, par, avec. But the two main prepositions are de. There is something special with them because they mix with article. Therefore, I don't say je vais à le bureau. À le becomes au. I live in France. J'habite en France. So all this preposition is good to understand. Not to master them yet, but to understand how it works. So then it doesn't feel like a lottery. And already with that, you can build sentences. So from here, I slow down. I really practice asking questions. For instance, what do you see on the picture? what activities you like to do. What is a typical day? The goal here is really just to practice the structure SVO, subject, verb, object, and to build short sentences always with that structure. The advantage here is, well, when we learn a language, first we want to translate what we think. But in our mother tongue, sentences are more sophisticated and it's really hard to translate. So with that structure, the goal is to think already in French and to simplify things in order to really manage well the structure. It really becomes easier just to speak freely in any situation. After that, well, there is no real order. I'd rather talk about blocks or levels. Well, for languages, it is commonly known A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. So let's use that. A1 would be what we've done until now. There, I would add also really verbs, important verbs like want, can, should. Vouloir, pouvoir, devoir. And really, you'd be amazed. All you can do, really all you can say with just like 15 or 20 verbs. You don't need to learn all of them, but you have to know these 15 verbs well. And then A2. So in A2, there's imperative, past perfect, near future, and also the complement pronouns, direct, indirect. But in what order? Really doesn't matter. Is it really relevant or important to know imperative before past perfect? No. So really, whatever comes first. And then B1, then here I study imperfect, simple future, conditional, subjunctive, and complement pronoun on. And again, in what order, it doesn't matter. And then anything else after that is not relevant. There are many topics I haven't talked, like if we talk about relative pronouns, indirect speech, and then perfect, past conditional, you can do whenever you want, because again, this is not a brick that you lay to lay other brick on top. You can really do in whatever order you want. Again, because it depends what is really relevant for you. And know also one thing is you can pick topics. Even if you don't master them, you can learn a bit, try to use it, and then learn something else, come back. Because anyway, what happened with my students is we read text, we watch videos, and topics come naturally. And then the students also ask, like, what is it? Can you explain that? Because they feel the need. But not all of them. Some, they really want to focus on different topics. So don't worry about the progression. You'll be fine. That's really what I want to say here. And one last thing, then how to practice regularly or how to maintain motivation. So for that, you can see that video. I give my experience and many tips to keep your motivation for a long time.